Picture yourself standing before a strange gateway. Beyond it lies a stillness that hums with your name, a riddle that doesn't unravel but feels oddly familiar, maybe from a fleeting dream or a quiet pause in your day. What if this threshold wasn't an ending, but the dawn of something vast? What if death, the shadow we dread, was just the next chapter in a story we've already begun? Death is the ultimate enigma woven into the fabric of our lives. From our first breath, it trails us like a quiet companion, shaping our decisions, worries, and dreams. But what if death isn't the abyss we imagine? What if, rather than a curtain falling, it's a passageway, a transition that carries our deepest essence, our awareness, into uncharted realms? Across cultures, death isn't seen as an erasure, but as a shift, like a seed breaking open to become a towering oak. It's not about vanishing, it's about stepping into a new shape, crossing a boundary that reveals our truest self. In this exploration, we'll journey through this idea: death as the soul's voyage, a natural unfolding that mirrors who we've been and who we might become. We'll delve into 3 phases: life as the groundwork, the moment of crossing over, and the expanse that follows. This isn't just mystical pondering, it's a lens that can reshape how we live today. Because grasping death isn't only about its finale, it's about embracing life with boldness, clarity, and meaning. Think of it as a compass. Every choice we make now ripples into what lies ahead, whether in this world or beyond it. So take a deep breath and join me. Let's step across this divide together, uncovering what death truly holds. Not a farewell, but a greeting to something fresh. What would you do if you knew death was just a doorway, and the key lies in how you approach it? Life is the opening act of this grand adventure. It's not merely a fleeting string of days, it's the soil where we sow the seeds of our future selves. Imagine your awareness as a spark you carry, delicate yet timeless. Here, in this flesh and bone vessel, it flickers, grows, and takes form. Every action, thought, and emotion is like fuel tossed onto this ember. It can flare brightly or smolder dimly. So, how are you tending your spark? In the wisdom of ancient traditions, from Tibetan sages to Indian mystics, life is a classroom. We're not here just to chase fleeting joys or dodge pain, but to uncover something about our core. Every decision, offering a hand to someone in need, letting go of a grudge, pausing to breathe deeply, etches a line on our inner canvas. Those lines don't fade when our pulse stops. They travel with us, like a blueprint we've sketched ourselves. Life is a rehearsal for the scene that follows, and how much we pay attention now shapes how ready we'll be for what's next. But readiness isn't about being flawless or faultless. It's about seeing past the surface. Have you ever listened to the hush between your racing thoughts? Felt a longing you can't name? These are hints, echoes of a larger truth. We're more than our bodies. Moments of stillness, gratitude, or reflection can tether us to that spark, helping us sense that it doesn't snuff out. It simply shifts stages. When death arrives, knowing this glow can change everything. Life, then, isn't a random toss of the dice. It's the chance to tune the strings of our spirit. If you rush through it, tangled in regrets or chasing hollow wants, you might build a burden you'll carry forward. But if you learn to release, to notice, to care, even messily, you're crafting a lighter road. Death doesn't judge, it mirrors. And what it shows is what you've nurtured here. Ask yourself, what story is your spark telling right now? Then comes the hour when life's chapter closes. The body, this shell that held us, begins to unravel. Yet death isn't a sudden blackout. It's a shift, a peeling away that unfolds in stages, like petals dropping from a flower in its prime. This moment, the crossing, is one of the most profound and enigmatic in our tale. It's when the spark of awareness steps off the earthly stage and starts treading an unseen path. Picture it unfolding. First, the body's solidity fades. The strength that anchored you slips, as if the ground were softly letting go. You might feel a weightlessness, a quiet unlike any other. Next, the vitality, life's current, dries up. Your throat parches, warmth retreats from your fingers and toes, like a tide pulling back from the shore. Then, the inner flame, the drive that fueled you, dims slowly, leaving a coolness that's not despair, but calm. Breath turns faint, a mere whisper, and thoughts scatter like dust in a gentle breeze, free and drifting. At last, all opens into a boundless stillness, a peace that isn't. An end, but a widening. What remains is awareness, raw and radiant, like a star unbound from its sky. This sequence, echoed in texts like the Tibetan Book of the Dead, isn't just physical, it's the soul's ballet. As the body bids farewell, glimpses may flash, glimmers, shapes, echoes of your past, like a lantern casting shadows of who you were. For some, it's daunting. For others, a call. The trick lies in seeing it all as fleeting. Cling to fear or chaos, and you might wander. Embrace the glow, that spark you've always been. And a wonder unfolds. You cross with serenity. This moment is a gateway. It's not about what you leave, wealth, names, sorrows, but what shines within. The crossing tests your presence. Can you see the light as your own heart? If so, the wise say, liberation is near. If not, the path stretches on. It's a time for awe, not dread. Death doesn't catch you off guard. It meets you as you are. So, what unfolds when the path is crossed? The body is gone, but the spark of awareness presses forward, stepping into a realm beyond sight, felt only in the depths of the spirit. This beyond isn't a fixed destination, no paradise or abyss like scenes from a play, but a condition, a reflection of what you've woven in life. It's as if death hands you a scroll you've penned yourself, and its words unveil the next verse. Here, your history stirs anew. Your deeds, desires, and feelings, all that fed your spark, form a guide. This guide doesn't scold or praise, it leads. If you lived with kindness, bravery, or wonder, the road might be smooth, like a stream merging into the ocean. If anger, fear, or clinging ruled you, the way could be heavier, like a thick wood urging you to face what's undone. It's not penalty, it's growth. The spirit, mystics teach, is an endless wanderer, and each death is a chance to refine, to edge closer to what's real. In this beyond, glimpses arise like ripples from your depths. You might see familiar eyes, lands you've never trod, or a brilliance that drowns all else. These aren't solid truths, they're reflections of your awareness, beckoning you to look inward. Some traditions speak of a wheel. The spirit, tugged by these echoes, feels a pull to return, to step into a fresh form, a new tale. Others whisper that recognizing the light as your own can halt the spin. The spark blends into a greater blaze, unbound by births or endings. What lies beyond is a riddle with purpose. It's not about reaching an end, but dancing through existence's rhythm. Each stride, each life, polishes the spirit, like a stone smoothed by a river until its true shape gleams. And the beauty? You're not alone. The awareness steering you ties into something vast, a web linking us all. The beyond is a nudge to recall this, and perhaps bring that memory back to the present. Death, then, isn't a full stop, but a breath in an endless melody. It's the passage from what we were to what we might become, a lens revealing our glow and our flaws. We've traced this voyage, life as the field where we kindle our spark, the crossing as the moment it breaks free, and the beyond as the space where it soars. But how does this shift us now? In every way, if we let it. Seeing death as a doorway reframes everything. If life is the loom where we thread our awareness, every stitch counts. The unknown can freeze us, but what if we met it with intrigue? Knowing death is a transition hands us liberty. Liberty to shed what drags us down, to cherish what lifts us up, to live with a bit more spirit. We don't need to wait for the final curtain to step onto this path. Every quiet breath, every act of connection or release, is a practice for what awaits. So here's the call. Don't shy from death, sway with it. Let it show you the spark you already hold. Because in the end, or the next beginning, the truth isn't where we land, but who we are along the way. The journey rolls on, here and hereafter. Why not take the next step with a little more radiance?